welcome back.
Oh, this is weird. No, you do it, Jake. You started it.
I don't know how it goes.
No.
Never do that.
Hello, everybody.
That is...
Welcome back to Cracking the Vault, where we dive into each feature film release of the Walt Disney
Whoa,
Productions
okay, wait,
Company.
hold on, stop.
Wow, you're going to listen.
I am Jacob Nichols.
I'm Xander Borg.
I'm Trevor Young.
Today our movie is The Adventures of Ichabod and Mr. Toad, I believe.
You did it.
You
Xander?
We watched the movie.
Did you just say you believe? What's the past hour, Jake?
I didn't know if that was like the correct title, which is why I said I believe.
Oh, okay. I was like,
And I'm gonna pass it on to Xander.
Guys, Jake started listening to the podcast, and we're so proud of him.
Yeah,
I can now recite the intro.
Yeah.
Basically, close enough.
I improv'd.
He refused to listen to any of them.
I refused.
Which, to be fair, I don't listen to them once they're posted because I have to listen to 2 hours of us talking, edit it down,
Proof it.
proof it, which is about an hour, because I think about an hour and a half is our kind of like
Normal
range.
runtime.
And yeah, so I listened to it about 3 times before posting it, and then when I post it, I know it's good. I hope it's good actually. The past few of them, these ones are funnier because I've actually had more time to sit down and do it. So I almost just died. I have time to like edit things and do things, even if they're just simple things. I have the time to do it. So now I can do stuff.
Hell yeah. Great.
I
Happy for you.
guess
Thank you.
we'll start with what's happening in life.
What's happening in life?
What's happening in life, man?
We have an Instagram account now.
We do have an Instagram account. Hey, if you guys are listening to this and don't follow our Instagram,
Follow.
follow it. What is it? Cracking
the vault.
Volt.
Vault.
There you go.
I don't know. I say cracking the vault.
Cracking the vault.
It sounds like
That's what I
Cracking the
say.
vault.
That's how I say it.
It sounds like you're saying it in proper English. It's like
It's cracking the vault. I say vault.
Today we're going to be cracking the vault. That's what it sounds like. It sounds
Sorry.
so proper.
That's how I talk.
You're a bitch.
Fuck you.
Sorry, we started.
No, we can't start this with such hostility.
No, it was just really funny that we were just making. I say vault. That's stupid, Jake. You're dumb. Okay, anyways.
Yeah, so we have an Instagram follow.
Yeah, that's cool.
I'm seeing Oppenheimer this weekend in actual film, and I'm excited.
Hell yeah.
What do you mean by actual film for those
Like-
who don't know?
On like an actual film reel, like it's a reel that's being projected, not like digital.
Interesting.
And I'm excited.
Does that make it better or just?
Yeah.
So Christopher
Supposed-
Nolan said that's how you're supposed to watch it, is in 70mm IMAX.
Thanks, Christopher.
Film just kind of looks better than digital. That is
There's
at
certain,
least the
like, art
consensus.
to it.
I've never.
I haven't seen a film on film before.
I have never seen a film
On
ever
film.
once.
What is this? What's this podcast about? What are we doing?
It's about
Xander,
things.
what's happening in your life?
What's happening in my life? Oh, absolutely nothing.
Something did happen since last time. You lost your job.
I-
What happened?
Did we not talk about this on the podcast?
I don't think
No,
so.
we didn't have. We haven't done a
We haven't done
podcast
one
since
in
then.
a sec.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Are you absolutely certain?
I mean, if not,
I can
think-
talk about it again if we have.
Again,
I'm almost certain that we haven't.
Cool.
Don't work for small businesses because sometimes your boss doesn't pay his business license and you suddenly your job just stops existing.
See, no, now
Wait,
I'm having
wait.
deja vu. Have we talked about this?
We did. I don't know how time works.
Wow. Okay. Anyways, if that's
I'm glad I wasn't alone.
that's either new news or you guys are just laughing.
Sorry.
I'm so sorry, guys. We're-
My life.
It's like, ooh,
No. I'm working at this place. That's about it. I got an Apple Watch. Thanks, Grandma.
Hell yeah.
I edit these videos a lot more often.
Do you? Do you edit these more often?
So that's
now
what-
that you're not like actively doing a show, you have other things you were
Yeah.
able to do with your life.
Yeah, like
crazy.
it's fun where I can.
I'm streaming
game.
now.
Yeah. Jake
That's
streams.
something I do. If you
Uh,
can find it, good luck.
Yeah.
I'm
It's
not
on
gonna-
Twitch, I'll give you that.
Yeah, it's on Twitch. It's easier to find.
Well, this is just a plug.
This is just a.
Our
this is
our
a
life
plug
info
now.
is just a plug of all the things.
Is
that-
this what it means to like become a brand?
I think
Like,
so.
No.
No, I think so.
Merch
my
com-
name is first name Cracking, middle name The, last name Vault.
Merch comes out next month, guys.
I'm
What?
excited to
I
get.
said
to the point-
merch comes out next month.
I'm excited to the point where we get to do merch, because we say so many things, and I'm excited to put them on things.
What would we make merch?
So
of?
far, for individual, I want the Trevor. I want a Trevor Theory shirt.
Crackheads and crackheads and crack. What is it?
Crack friends. Crackheads and crack friends. Gender neutral.
Yes.
Yes.
I was like,
I
crackheads
remember.
and crack somethings.
I remember laughing about it being gender neutral. So it's crackheads and crack friends. But yeah, it would be Trevor's shirt. This is Trevor Conspiracy. Jake has a Jake's Water Score, and then Xander has a Xander's
Kingdom Hearts
Corner.
Oh yeah.
Thing.
Yeah,
We're-
this is the last episode of
This is
season
yeah.
1.
Oh my God! Wait, it is. We didn't even have like a big thing for that.
Da, 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 da. Yeah.
It's
Yay! You know, like the FNAF like.
yeah, I know the FNAF thing.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, no, that's weird. I forgot. We haven't even talked about doing seasons in this until now.
Well,
That's
season 1.
Yeah, so hey guys, this is the end of season 1. Season 2 will be coming out immediately after.
Pretty much immediately after.
There's not really like a break. Hopefully, the beginning of season 2 will have a different photo, a new thumbnail or anything.
I was thinking recently listening, because I was like, it's so nice to listen to a podcast without ads, where it's not like segued into something.
That is true.
And I just like, I can't get to a moment where we have to do like a Magic Spoon ad.
I'm hoping we.
Are you
get
ever
to-
hungry when we get to the park? Or not be hungry, but our sponsor today, Magic Spoon.
Magic Spoon.
Just some dumb segue.
I kind of want.
and I'm
like-
excited for that eventually.
Oh, I want us to be famous enough to like do that. Like, cause I was listening to, I think it was Make My Music, the one I just posted, that, like, we were talked a lot about like how the poll and stuff and the Q&A at the bottom, because I was like, we can't have ads because we have to pay for that, but also like it'd be cool to have ads. I'd love to get paid for this. I like talking about Disney.
Yeah.
It's fun. You guys are
This would be-
dorks.
this would
so
be-
like it's fun to. Yeah,
Okay.
you guys are nerds. I like talking with nerds and.
Hot take. I enjoy y'all's company. I don't know.
Hot take?
Hot take.
No, yeah, fuck you guys.
Okay, anyways, yeah. So what what movie is this?
Ichabod and Mr. Toad and the Adventures
Ichabod
of
and
thereof.
Mr. Toad. The fantabulous emancipation of one Mr. Toad.
Yeah. So normally we start these, Jake. You do a little water score for the.
That's
entire
how we
thing.
have been starting these.
Yeah.
Well, luckily for this one, all I took was water notes. I didn't take any other notes because I've
Oh.
seen this before, so I wasn't worried about having to remember things
Right.
necessarily.
I wish my brain worked like that. Even if I remembered it, like even for Bambi, I took notes. And I
You took
fucking
notes for Bambi?
Yeah. And do you know how many times I've seen that movie?
What is
Just
the
because
current?
the three of us watched this fairly recently.
We watched it in like 2020, I think.
No, we were talking about how we watched this.
Oh, were you here for that?
Yeah.
Yeah, we were in 21, I think.
No, when
No,
we,
we didn't
watched
watch
it
it
in his
here.
house.
I wasn't here for that. I
Oh,
watched
okay.
it with you guys at
Okay.
your mom's house.
Yeah, so 20.
Your mom.
Okay, hold on. I'm
Sorry.
trying to find my Bambi calendar. Bambi, you know, Trevor, you just can look up notes.
But no, yeah, if I have seen something and I watch
What's
it
your
again,
guess?
I normally, for your number,
Yep.
146.
146.
I'm going like 300 somewhere.
Final answers.
Yes.
140. Are we doing
Yeah, if you exceed the limit, you lose.
Yeah, right.
Price is right.
Okay. Final answers.
Yes.
It's 235.
Okay.
I win!
Okay.
Wait, what number did you say?
I said
He was in the
300.
300s. I know it was 146, so I.
Was Xander closer then? I know.
No,
we're
he
doing-
was above, so.
Well, I know he was
he's out.
above, but like, if we didn't do those rules, who was closer? I think Xander. Because 225, you said 300, and you said 140.
146. Yeah.
146.
And what is it?
235.
235, so I'm about 100 off. What number did you say?
300.
So he
Like
was,
exact?
Yeah.
Then you were closer.
Yeah. Haha. I don't know what that proves.
I know,
just
I'm
wanted
still
to
right
know.
because we decided
Yeah,
it was
no,
Price is Right
it
rules.
was Price is Right rules, so Jake won. I just want to know who was closer. I almost threw up. Sorry.
Shitting, throwing up, what's happening?
My body's going.
Do
through it
something.
right now. you keep saying you're
You
gonna.
keep teasing.
Trevor,
Fucking blue balling me over here.
Trevor, just shit.
Just
Trevor,
shit,
just
throw up,
fucking
do
shit
something.
right now.
Sneeze, I don't care.
I don't want.
You keep preparing me and then not following through.
Need the release, Trevor.
I don't.
Sneeze, I don't care. Hiccup, I don't know.
Are you done?
Mhm.
Okay, very good, sure.
Water scores. There
Yeah.
you go.
How do you feel?
I had quite a few.
Really? Is there a lot of water in this movie?
So the ones that I caught, and it's pretty much all of them.
Okay.
There weren't many that I decided not to write about. Alright. The first one is in Mr. Toad. And that, whatever that short's called by itself.
I think it's just called.
The Adventures of Mr. Toad.
Or like Wind in the Willows.
The Wind in the Willows is the book.
Right. But I think
So-
when
But
it's
I
on
think-
its own, it's just called Wind in the
I
Willows.
think the bit itself is called Wind in the Willows.
Well, in Wind of the Willows, the first one is when the mole is on his way to the rat guy's house.
Uh-huh.
And he's on a boat, and it was a 5 out of 10. The second water I caught was the Toad Hall River in the beginning, when you first see Toad Hall. 8 out of 10, it looked really good. When he's on the carriage doing his bull shenanigans, there's water under the bridge, 6 out of 10. And when he was crying in the jail cell, the puddle he was crying into was a 7 out of 10.
I like that puddle too.
The train water was a 6 out of 10. It looked pretty good. It just wasn't like anything. I didn't finish that one. When he's under the water, under the bridge, it was a 7 out of 10. The ripples look good. The bubbles look good. When Toad had the shotgun, when he was in the
Almost
boat.
Shot the fucking weasel's head off.
6 out of 10 for that. And then we switch over to the Ichabod story. And it is, I got 3 notes for this. The Katrina song, Water, not just the water in general, and that was 6 out of 10. There was a little creek at some point. It was a 4 out of 10. It just looked meh. Oh, it was when he fell into it, when he fell into the mud.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It was meh. And then the last one I have, this is the worst one. There was a point where, during the chase scene, he goes underwater, and the water just blended in with the background. Didn't look like anything. It was weird. So I gave it a 2 out of 10.
2 out of 10, nice.
Is that the lowest you've
Probably.
gone?
It didn't look like there was anything there except for the rings of where water would
Right.
be rippling. And
Wow.
Disney.
You're slacking.
Yeah.
Other than
Get
that,
better at
it
your
was
water.
all average. So I'm gonna put this at.
Math noises.
This is gonna be a 6 out of 10.
6 out of 10?
6 waters for the Adventures of Ichabod and Mr. Toad.
Respectable.
A gentleman's 6.
A gentleman's 6.
As Blind Jack puts it.
Nothing was incredible. Actually, there was one more that I'm gonna add to it. There was one where the Headless Horseman was running over like the sunset puddle. That was like 7 out of 10. Look good.
Does that go up? Does that make
No.
the final none?
No, it
Okay.
doesn't. Just because the 2 and the 4 really sink that.
That's true. Yeah. Okay. Respectable 6 out of 10 water scores. Okay, now let's
get into this.
Well, I wanna ask.
Maybe.
So, I don't know. You've all seen this before.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Trevor, what's been your experience
You want
with
to
this movie?
start with me?
Yes, I do. Trevor. I really do.
Well, this movie is entertaining. Do not get me wrong. I do not like. This is not a movie I would never watch or not continue to watch. I just don't like it. I don't know. I don't remember when I first saw this movie. I definitely think I was at home when I saw it, but this is just me thinking, and I saw a lot of Disney movies at home. I just never vibed with it. I don't know what it is. Like, it's fun. It's like there's some pretty funny bits in this one compared to the last one we just did.
Right.
But I just don't vibe with it. I like the entire time I'm watching it. There's things happening on screen. I don't care what's happening on screen. Like, I don't know how to dive deeper into it. It's just I'm not interested in what it's showing me.
There's some like mental block you
I-
have with this movie.
Maybe some trauma happened in my life. It's like kind of like the fear with clowns. It's like nothing's happened to me with clowns. Like a clown didn't touch me in my no-no square. I just don't like clowns. They're weird. They're gross.
Jake, you
All
vibe
right.
with this movie.
I do. So we'll get into the ride later, but I first knew Mr. Toad from the ride.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
like where I knew him from. I thought he just came from that. And then
I remember.
when we watched it in 2020 or whenever we watched it,
Right.
I remember being like, "What? There's a movie?" Not knowing that he came from this or the Wind of the Willows in general.
I remember us starting that movie because the first like opening photo doesn't really show Toad. It's just kind of like Ichabod.
Yeah.
At least on Disney Plus, and it's such like a. I knew it from the movie because I saw the movie before I ever went to.
Yeah.
Like the first time I saw this movie, I know I was little, but like I think one of the closer, older times in my life, I think it was with you, Xander. I think it was at the 2-story house in Dayton.
We might have watched it. No, I think the first time we watched it together is, remember we were going to watch a bunch of Disney movies in prep for the Showstoppers.
Disney trip. You're right. You're totally correct about that. I remember watching this movie with you before we were doing anything like this.
Right.
Because I remember I remember watching it when we were doing the Disney binge thing. Because this is one of the only ones where I was like, I don't know what to make for food for this.
Right.
Because I would try to make food for each time we watched it, which was fun, but a lot of money. And I was like, there's not really a lot of food in this.
Frog
the
legs,
problem.
frog legs.
I remember you vouching for frog legs. And I
Frog
couldn't
legs
find
and
them.
pumpkin.
Well, like, I said there wasn't a lot of food in this. The problem is there's too much food in this.
Yes.
You should have made a whole
Giant
turkey dinner.
Yeah. Thanksgiving
Well, no,
style.
because I remember you saying frog legs, and I was actually wanting to do that, but you can't just buy frog legs in where we live.
That's a good point. I don't know where you'd buy those.
You can't just like, oh, sorry, I'm gonna go buy frog legs. It's possible, just not right where we live.
I enjoy Mr. Toad. I think it's funny. It's a nice little story. Like, it's just a fun laughter time.
A fun laughter time?
Yeah, that's what it was.
Mr. Toad is good. I think we've both kind of realized we prefer.
I
the
prefer
Ichabod section.
Ichabod. It is so fucking funny. The physical gags they do with Ichabod because he's
Yeah.
so weirdly shaped as a man.
Yeah.
It's just freaking hilarious.
Yeah,
They are
it's
funny.
one of the best designs of this era because he's.
And then even with the tone shift, it goes from like a happy, and then there's like a scary song, and then it's scary, but then there's still a lot of
The
funny
scary
gags.
song is the best song in that entire
Yes.
story. Plain.
I prefer Ichabod. It's a good old time. There's a lot of funny gags. It gets spooky, but then there's even funnier gags, I'd say. No, they're not funnier. They're still funny
They're
bits.
still funny.
And then he dies.
Yeah, it's a dark.
Given that
story.
pumpkin, I think he actually dies. Like, that was a Green Goblin pumpkin bomb.
Yeah.
Did you not see the weird little Ichabod babies?
That was like. It said some people think he went off the country,
I know.
married a
But those
rich
things
widow.
couldn't be
So
thought
it
of
was
as
like-
I was going to ask, like, way later, do you think he died?
Yes.
Trevor, do you think he died?
Honestly, no.
You think he made it?
Yeah.
He was just like, he just fled the country?
Yeah, I think he was just like, nope, I'm not gonna be here anymore. I honestly, I don't think he died.
Secondly, do you think the Headless Horseman is Brom Bones, the rival?
Definitely.
Absolutely. I was thinking that during it. I was like, this gotta be the man.
Crazy.
Yeah, no,
I think he was trying to kill him. That was his plan. And then the next day, he proposed and got married.
He did it.
he did. The mad lad did it.
The mad lad did it.
The mad lad did it, guys.
But anywho, that's my feelings on this movie. I enjoyed the second section more than the first. They
Yeah.
both are very, very good.
Both are very mid for me, but
Shut the fuck up.
I know. I'm just gonna be the odd man out in this episode, and I've accepted that.
If you could defend your opinions, I would have no problem with it.
I understand, but literally every time it's like there's no reason I dislike it. It's like there's some bits that are genuinely good. I just watch it and I'm like, man,
But what's like missing?
I don't fucking know. I literally don't know. I just kind of sit there and watch it and don't vibe with it.
I mean, do you like dislike the characters, or is it just like?
I don't know. I don't know what makes me feel this way. I just don't like it.
It's just crazy that you feel so you dislike both segments equally, seemingly.
Yes, it's
I
like,
don't understand that.
both of them are.
It's so fucking funny.
They have funny bits. I'm not saying they're not funny. I'm just saying it's not interesting. I don't care to watch.
I wholeheartedly disagree with you. I, deep down in my heart, disagree with you.
Again, I've already accepted it.
I don't respectfully disagree. I like
disrespectfully.
I disrespectfully disagree with you.
I don't know what it is. It's just not good. I don't.
No, it is. You're just wrong. You are just absolutely wrong.
Listen, we have different opinions.
And you're wrong.
You're wrong.
There is a right answer.
Yes, I know.
And it's ours. It is our opinion. 2v1, we win.
No, that's not how this works. I'm sure there's.
Nuh-uh. We win.
Yeah, Jacob.
No.
What?
Wow.
What are your feelings and thoughts
What
about
are
this
my
movie?
feelings?
Yeah, how do you feel, Xander?
I
I don't care.
I was just gonna make
No, go ahead. No, really.
So
No,
rude.
you can go.
No, I.
Classic Tom.
Oh my god.
I had to.
What the fuck?
I thought about it and
Classic Tom, dude.
you know, you
my
did that
God.
and I thought about it, so I had to do it.
That was.
I mean, I love this movie. I love both shorts fairly equally, except not on this viewing. I don't know. Like, I get why you would not like the Mr. Toad segment very much. I don't get why you don't like the Ichabod segment.
Okay, I agree
because I
with
think
that.
that's one of the best things that Disney has ever done.
I could get not liking Toad because it does get a little like repetitive almost,
yeah.
where it's like, oh, he's mad again with this, oh, whatever. Versus Ichabod it's like it's just good.
It's just
it's
just so good. It's a perfect object.
It's
in Disneydom.
Opinions are opinions.
I know.
I have opposite
yours are
ones.
wrong, objectively wrong.
If we say something that you think is out of line, then you
I
can
know. I
tell
have a
us.
few notes that I think we'll go into, like what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Okay.
You
I
holy
don't.
shit.
Huh? Oh yeah, no. I have
What the
notes.
fuck?
I have notes.
Good man.
There's a lot of, again, I have a lot of commenting on funny bits because there is some jokes in this that I think were cleverly written, cleverly shown.
All Ichabod is cleverly written.
There's just some
all
of them
funny to me.
There's just some of them where I don't know. There's a lot of moments I look at this and just go like, I don't care. I really don't. I don't know what my unbound hatred for it is. I
believe
don't-
this was me with Bambi. Was this where I was like, I just don't care about this movie, and you were broken.
Yeah, and you were just kind of like, it's
it's-
about a deer, and it's like, no, it's more than that. But I guess it's.
All right, fair enough then.
See, opinions are opinions. Shake on it.
Fair enough.
I'm not doing that. You got
That's
so
just business.
You got so ready, and I was not gonna do it.
I was just gonna mimic it, but I ended up not doing it.
Okay. Anyways, let's.
But okay, yeah, agree to disagree. You hate this one. I don't like Bambi.
So proud of you, acting like adults. And
It'll derail soon. don't worry.
Yeah.
Anyways,
I
2
know,
hours after.
Judging by how this record's been going, my God.
We got a lot of feelings about this.
Yes, that has.
I think I just had a rough day, and this is everything coming out.
This is the
all
vent.
my energy today.
Let's just jump into it. Nothing too interesting in like the opening credits of this movie.
Yeah, it's just kind of opening normal credits for Disney movies now, which is kind of like
it's what we've seen. It's
Yeah.
the
music and the
insert
same
theme song.
17 names.
Yeah. It
We're
is.
going to get to a point in these movies where they have much more interesting like title sequences, at least the
Yeah.
animated ones do, and Trevor, I understand you. A lot of these opening credit sequences, I'm just like,
I never
I was
thought
just
we would
listening
ever.
that today, where you were saying you hate opening credits, except
Okay.
for Pinocchio.
The Pinocchio one's
'Cause it was
interesting.
wood and whatever, but
Again, the Pinocchio made it interesting. These opening ones are just
They're
like
just names.
just names, and it's
and I realized during this viewing, it's all the same names for all of these.
pretty
Yes.
much, yeah.
Like we keep making the same jokes for the same names.
yeah, it's
Yeah, I mean, it's funny
at
every
this
time,
point,
but-
at this point, Disney's. Are you guys aware of who the 9 old men are?
Absolutely not. You say it every fucking movie, and we're like, what? And you never say anything.
So they are the 9 animators that Walt kind of came up in Disney during the 40s. You had kind of the old guard with Dumbo, like that's where they were all working at the same time. The people who would become the 9 old men were working on Bambi, and then the old guard leaves with the strikes. This new crop is going to be the people who are animating all of the lead characters on every Disney movie going forward and plotting all of those out, which means they have an incredible amount of like control over the creative process of these movies. And then at a certain point, Wolfgang Reitherman, who you guys make a joke about his name
Trevor says it every time.
every time.
It's Wolfgang.
Wolfgang Reitherman is very important because once we get to the 60s and Walt is completely just not focusing on animation at all, Wolfgang Reitherman is the one who is directing these things. When Walt dies, Wolfgang Reitherman is the one who makes sure there's still animation at the company for the longest time.
I zoned out for about half of that, but okay.
No, Wolfgang is the one name I actually knew out of them. I didn't know he was part of that.
I know Wolfgang from something else. I can't remember the actual thing, but it's Wolfgang something. He's got a different last name.
I just think it's like interesting to name your child that. I don't know why they did that.
It's a German name, isn't it?
Is Wolfgang a German name?
I'm pretty
We're
sure.
just about to Google Wolfgang.
I don't know, but it's like it's an interesting name. Like that's what makes it cool to me. I love names that aren't. I love names that are different.
Yeah.
Because it shows so much more in a person. I think. For anyone with boring
I'm thinking of
names,
Mozart. Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. That's where I know Wolfgang from.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Mozart's first name is Wolfgang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And his middle name's Amadeus.
There's also
Fucking
Wolfgang.
pussy. What the hell is that?
Wolfgang Johannes Puck is an Austrian-American chef
What about
and
my
restaurateur.
hands? Wolfgang Johans? Wow.
Did I lie?
Wow.
Johannes? I think it's Johan.
I would say so, yeah.
Johanne?
I don't know. Anyways, if you have the name Wolfgang,
Wolfgang
you're kinda
Amadeus
cool.
Puck. Puck? Mozart, what the where am I?
Wolfgang
So much
Amadeus.
Wolfgang.
There's so many.
Composer, restaurateur, chef.
Guys, I just want to reiterate that we record these
So late at night.
Yeah.
And it's because I work nights now during the week. And for some reason I keep volunteering Thursday nights. Because I do.
Because you do. Anyways, where were we? We didn't even start the movie.
Let's jump into it,
the
okay?
We got into the 9 men though. That was interesting.
Yeah.
We're in the opening credits.
So, after that, we hear our first narrator as we're going through a library, and who is it but Basil Rathbone, who is the
Basil.
original Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we'll hear his voice later, many, many years in the future, when they, like, use a soundbite of that in Great Mouse Detective. So, there's a Disney connection there.
I love Great Mouse Detective. That movie's so good.
That's
Isn't
a
that the one where
wonderful movie.
Basil comes from?
Yes.
Yeah.
Radigan.
Yeah. And when we play the fucking game, we always call him Basil just because
Oh,
here
yeah.
comes his name.
Oh yeah, it's Basil.
Uh-huh,
It's
but
always
we-
funny when he's like, Basil's here, and yeah.
I started saying it now. I don't
Now
know.
it's a funny joke,
Now it's the
but-
thing.
I do out of the two like Toad's style the best. I don't know why, the art style of it.
Interesting. I
Um,
disagree.
I also disagree.
Why? Okay, I'm just gonna be the odd man out for everything.
I
No,
feel
that's
like
a-
I feel like the Toad one is like their classic animation versus Ichabod's kind of spunky.
Exactly. Ichabod looks like old American art.
That's so fucking funny. I disagree. that is so weird. Not
Like, I feel like Mr. Toad is like what we've seen in the past 9 animated films we've watched.
Wait, do you think Ichabod
It
just
looks-
looks like the normal Disney
it
animation?
looks like Disney animation to me.
I think you're
Like it
completely
it
wrong.
reminds me of the fucking what movie did that come from? The one where the girl bounces up into the fucking space.
Oh, Pecos Bill?
Yeah, that entire it reminds me of that animation. Like it's something I've seen before.
Of like Melody Time.
Yeah,
animation.
it gives me that Melody Time vibe. I don't know. That's so weird how it's opposite because genuinely like I think Ichabod is just normal Disney animation and Toad has this different like style to it, and I know that
The fuck?
it's so funny that it's opposite.
What the hell?
That is
wild.
so
Because
crazy.
both of you are looking at me like I'm crazy, and I'm looking at you like, you're crazy.
Yeah, that's the weird part, that you think we're crazy.
You think I'm crazy.
I think the
Crazy. I was
Headless
crazy.
Horseman sequence, what they're doing with like angles and shadows looks so much more interesting than anything that happens in
Ichabod.
Yeah, in Wind of the Willows.
Oh, I can't wait to
One of
get to
those,
when we
yeah.
get to that when I tell you how much I hate that entire sequence.
Oh. Oh.
Anyways, but yeah, the style of Mr. Toad I think is better than from the other two, even though you guys
The
disagree
Mr.
with me.
Toad one reminds me of Alice in Wonderland. Like with the
Yeah, a
eye
little
things,
bit.
it reminds me of just like Alice in Wonderland with the whole hypnotic shit.
Similar time period.
But then technically Alice in Wonderland copied Ichabod and Mr.
Okay,
Toad.
yeah, whatever. I said it reminds me, I didn't say it came from.
We meet our characters. We meet Rat and Mole and Angus McBadger. Is he Scottish in the book?
I don't know what he is in the book. I don't know what he is in this. Every time he talks,
Is he Scottish?
I feel I
Was
was
it
like,
Scottish?
I think he's Scottish, but it's an American doing a Scottish
That's.
accent.
I was like sitting there and I'm like, this is the worst accent in this entire thing, because I don't know what this actor is doing, but I'm just like, that's not a. It's,
Damage to lamppost.
you could tell he knew like
Hen hoose.
House.
There was like words and I was like, oh, that was like a good word, and then it just hen house.
Description
I'm like,
of
that's
hen hoose.
hen house.
Huh? No.
I think we're all doing better pronunciations of henhouse
Than he did.
Than he is, yeah.
Yeah, there's the entire opening scene that he's just like trying to fix all of Toad's damages, trying to
Destruction.
pay back everyone for how much he's destroying everyone.
Right. Which, yeah, Toad is an absolute menace. He's
Oh,
a war
He's a
criminal.
menace to society. When he gets that plane, he's gonna be a war criminal.
Yeah. He
He's-
goes to jail for like the reason he goes to jail he shouldn't have gone to jail. He should have gone to jail for
Countless of other
countless
things.
other offenses.
He had
Honestly,
so
with-
much destruction of property charges.
The fact that he has all of those papers and is not paying these people, that's grounds enough to put this guy in jail.
Yeah. The reason he goes to jail was a genuine he didn't do it.
False imprisonment, but
yeah.
he should be in jail.
Yeah.
That trial should have been like, oh, you don't deserve to go to jail. But also, like, do I need to pull out the entire file of thousands and thousands of
My fucking-
property damage?
3-stack binder.
I know.
Like, he is genuinely a danger to society. This,
Yeah,
this countryside
absolutely.
is.
The ending
He's
literally
manic.
the ending literally shows he cannot change. He will continue
Right.
to
It's
destroy.
like Toad has made reformations, and then Horse comes in and is like, dress up, and he's
all
like,
it needed at the end of
yes.
that. All it needed at the end of that was a Toad will return because like.
What do you think the next Mania would have been after Planes? Like, if Toad was in the modern day, what would Toad be into?
AI?
No, it'd be like supersonic jets or like spaceships.
Well, no,
like
it would,
SpaceX,
So
like,
it would
he'd
have
be
from,
like-
it would have went from planes to spaceships, and then it would have went from.
Oh my god, are you telling me Mr. Toad would be Elon Musk?
Absolutely.
I'm not telling
No,
you
absolutely.
he would. He is. Mr. Toad is Elon Musk.
That's so disgusting. I hate that.
That comparison is my Marshall in Ichabod.
Oh my god.
That
I'm
was
so glad you.
that was the best thing I said ever in my life.
That threw me for a fucking loop.
You're out of line, but you're right.
The mania.
You know, he'd see Musk and be like, "That's mine," and then he'd take the SpaceX, whatever they're calling the.
And then, like,
Falcons.
crash into New York.
Uh huh.
don't know. I guess I feel like iPhones would be a mania for him. Getting a phone.
That's okay though.
TikTok.
If Toad is just scrolling TikTok all day.
If you're just posting hundreds of videos.
I want to
Every
see
trend,
no.
all the
Oh.
dances.
I want to see Mr. Toad
Everything.
do a TikTok dance really
Can we get
bad.
to Mr. Toad doing Renegade?
What would Fortnite emotes do to Mr. Toad?
I want Mr. Toad with gritty.
I feel like I think we talked about this before, but life just fucking changed so fast that I feel like he'd have so many
This is a Steve Rogers conversation. Where it's like, what all these current day things would he experience?
Right.
What should he be prepared for?
He'd have so many manias though. Like, just all at once there'd be like 14 different manias. Because things just kind of changed so fast. But yeah.
Imagine living at this time and like not having anything. Both of these time periods seem absolutely horrid to live in.
Yeah.
Like ours and that one? I
no,
feel like
I think it was...
No, both of the Wind in the Willows and
Got
the
it, I was
Sleepy
like-
Hollow.
This one's okay.
I was like, okay.
I'm existing here.
I
No, I kind of
I'm-
want to exist in the Ichabod one. It's kind of fun.
You know what? If you
There's like no law. It's everyone's just kind of like doing the thing.
there's rich widows waiting to cook for you.
Yeah.
Like, there's
Like, if you get to be with the dudes, you're just having a good old time.
Mhm.
There's no jobs, or you don't pay for things really,
You just-
except for like food. But even then, what's his face is just
you just
popping it,
open the keg of cider or whatever and,
and you just drink.
yeah.
You just
Yeah.
just shoot the shit. It seems like a good time.
Make fun of the weirdos that come to town.
Yeah. It seems like a good time. I don't know.
What happens?
Jake,
then?
you would be Brombones.
Absolutely.
If
I want to be Ichabod, but no. It's like I want to be Ken, but I'm Alan. I want to be Ichabod, but I'm Gaston ripoff.
Gaston ripoff.
he's absolutely a Gaston
Again.
prototype.
Technically. Oh,
Proto-
there we go. There we go.
I think the three of them is really the Beast Gaston Bell. Like it's
It's dynamic.
It's the dynamic of that. Where
Yeah.
it's like strong man, weird man.
Holy
Pretty woman,
shit,
fall
we
in
are
love.
all over the place.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, anyways, so
We were in Mr. Toad.
yeah, Mr. Toad is driving his fucking
He's driving
cart
his cart with his horse.
with his horse, and they're like, "You have to stop for the cart because you're destroying things." And he's like,
Which they
"Mm."
are. They are destroying
Oh yeah,
everything.
they are. And he's like, "No," and then
And
immediately
then they take his pants and he vroom,
yeah, he rooms away to
Or
find the
gallops.
thing that can literally vroom away.
trots away.
He trots away. Car
Meow.
absolutely
Cargo bird.
wrecks his shit. Well deserved, by the way.
And he's like, mine.
He
Yeah.
starts making car noises, which is really
and starts
funny.
being a car.
He turns into a car.
which makes me very uncomfortable. Fun fact.
Oh really?
Yeah, I do not like the way it looks. I don't like what he's doing. It makes me think of an insane person. I understand it's supposed to be
No,
funny.
he's
He
literally
is.
Oh, yeah.
he's literally manic. He's
It's-
insane.
I feel very. It's like the weird cringe I get. I don't know what it is. Just when he's doing that, I'm like, I feel uncomfy inside. I don't know why. It just makes me feel uncomfy. What is it? They have to like.
They pull him back home.
Yeah, they get him home, they get him in
Lock him
bed,
in
they
his
splash
house.
him with water, and he's and he's like, the fuck? And then yeah, they ground him.
Yeah.
And then he escapes and steals. Well, no, he doesn't steal.
He doesn't steal.
He
gets-
sells his estate for a car that was stolen.
Yeah. He gets caught in a car that was not his.
Goddamn weasels.
It was his, but it wasn't the people's who it belonged to.
Yes.
So it's a weird like.
Yes.
It's not your car,
That's why he got
but
caught.
it is his car technically.
Yes. It was.
It is not his fault that he was in the stolen car. He
Yes.
did everything perfectly by the book.
Yeah. He bought the car and they gave him the car. He just didn't know that the car was previously stolen.
Yes.
And
And then they trial and
I hate the
Mole
trial.
is-
You hate the trial?
I
hate
love the trial.
I know. Again, all the
The
scenes-
trial's okay.
It's yeah.
I find it captivating. I like Toad doing his little like puts on a different hat and the judge just like
That's why I hate it. I'm just like, no.
it's so funny to me. It's like it's making fun of court kind of, and I think it's hilarious.
Yeah. As we should.
Yeah, as we should.
Where it's like ask you the question. That's all I wanted to hear. It's like what? And I think that's funny that we're making fun of that.
This is when I started asking, like, what's the relationships between animals and humans?
That's a good question. Do they eat animals in this world?
I don't know, but because they just casually, like, he's yelling at a badger. This man is completely yelling at a badger.
At a badger who is normally sized.
The postman gave
Yes.
the rat mail.
Yeah.
Like he just
And he-
knocked on his door and gave him his shit.
Poor guy having to lean down so far to hand him the letter.
Yeah, but I'm just, like, wondering, like, what is Toad, like, I mean, he's the richest man, but, like, what is he for the town?
I think he's just
Got
got
enough.
money.
He's money? Okay.
He's just a rich billionaire. He just has money.
Okay, like, it's just really funny. 'Cause
He's
I'm
like a
sitting there-
Batman almost, where it's like he's just a rich guy.
I
That's
really
him.
I would love to see like a League of Extraordinary Gentlemen type thing where Mr. Toad is part of the team.
Mr. Toad joins the fight. That was a Smash reference.
Yes, I
Just-
know, and then I thought of Dee Dee and fucking
You got this.
Ultimate Custom Night.
Oh Jesus. No, he
Unfortunate. That's what it is. Sorry.
he tries to get the freaking bartender guy to be like, hey, vouch for me. And he's like, okay, but the weasels and him are working together, so he
Yeah.
frames Mr. Toad. Mr. Toad goes to jail.
You're doing great.
Yeah,
so
I
far.
was trying to think of what.
When I
Mr.
was,
Toad goes
when
to
I was
jail.
watching it, they wink, it seems like they have like a plan that they're gonna do.
Yeah, no.
But I don't understand why he winks, because the plan is just tell the truth. Like, all he's got to do is this is it. It's not like he's scheming to get out of it. It's just what happened.
Maybe it's
And
just
then when
like
he
a
lies,
friendly wink.
It's just like it
Like,
seems
thanks,
like.
bud. Wink, wonk.
It's like-
I think that's what it is, honestly. They're just like, thank ya.
Yeah, he's just like,
You're welcome.
Yeah, it's like, you're welcome. And then he's like, you stole the car.
But it seems like they're scheming when there wasn't a scheme. It was kind of weird.
Yeah, I understand.
Prison.
It is, yeah, prison. He's very sad. How long is he in there? It goes to Christmas.
Yeah, so at least a few months.
He's in there for a little bit.
Yeah.
He's in the big dollhouse for a little bit.
This is when your water score comes in.
This poor Toad.
This is when he's like crying about his friend. It's like a tear, like it's Christmas. I want to give a tear to you, a tear to you.
That's so sad,
It's-
honestly.
Yeah, well, because he went to jail for, again, good reason, but not.
He should be in jail, but not for the reason he's in jail.
Yes, he should be in jail, just not the reason he's there.
You think he wouldn't be crying if he was fucking...
He would,
like-
but then it wouldn't be as like his friend still wouldn't care.
Right.
His friend would be like, yeah, you deserve that one.
You had it coming.
Yeah, because in this one they. Oh wait, no, because then the horse comes as the grandma. That would be totally unrealistic, in any way possible. Because I don't know how that turns into a toad. I don't know who's the
I don't
father
think the
has to
humans
be.
give a
It's
shit.
like a Stuart Little thing, where the
I don't think the
where
humans-
the woman just gives birth to a toad.
Maybe the humans just don't care.
I think they just like, it's like human police are just like, you're probably the grandma. I
You're
don't
like,
fucking know how that works.
Is that how are humans marrying other species in this world? Is that a thing that happens?
I don't think so.
Could Angus McBadger be like
No, I'm just gonna say no.
He's in a gay relationship with the bear, but not the bear you're thinking.
I hate you so much.
I hate me too. Don't worry. But let's not think about the relationship between humans and
Yeah,
animals.
let's-
The horse comes in as a grandma.
It's like,
And it's like, yo,
disguise.
how does he get out of there? Actually, is it like, hey, I'm the grandma?
How
does he walk out of the jail?
Does the horse stay in the jail as Toad?
One woman walked out in, and two women are walking out. How does that
in
work?
the same costume too.
Maybe it's like
I thought it was a little replacement, and they're like, wait, that's not a Toad.
If it is a replacement though, like grandma walked in like this, and then is walking out like.
I don't think it's a replacement. I think it's just like, oh, I didn't see that she had a small one with her.
Yeah, because again, it doesn't show us. It just cuts immediately to them out.
But
Or they
also,
just-
maybe they just don't give a fuck.
They just don't notice these things.
They're
This
just like,
guy-
okay.
Immediately, a guy is like kind of flirting with Toad.
Yeah, the cop's like, oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry.
That
man.
makes a good point. He flirted with her. He was like.
Again, I don't want to think about the relationships between human
It's
and
all I
animal.
can think about, Trevor.
Now that you mention it, it's yeah.
It's again. Real answer probably. Honestly, probably. But we don't need to know about that. They can do what they want.
Trevor Conspiracy Corner.
Trevor's conspiracy corner.
Do you think
All of they fuck. All of they fuck.
All of they fuck?
I'm trying to say
Are
this.
these like interspecies mingling? Like
Definitely. There's like animal-human orgies.
But also like it'd be like a rat, a badger, a horse, and like two guys.
Yeah. No,
Like it's all the species.
It could just
not
be
like
it could
same
just-
animal, same human.
It could just be freaking two guys and a badger. Like I don't know.
What a porno! Two guys and a badger.
The badger's definitely the top.
Two
just
girls,
so you
one
know.
cup. No, two guys and a badger.
Two guys and a badger. No.
Oh.
I don't know. That's there. There's
Are we,
Wow.
Are we the first podcast, the first like Disney podcast to make a two girls, one cup reference?
You know, Guinness
I
World
haven't-
Records hit us up.
We have to hit them up. That's the entire point of Guinness World Records. Is hey, I can.
Guinness
do
World
this.
Records is such a scam.
Oh, very much.
No,
so.
yeah.
I can say watch how.
I still want one.
I could say I can poke this wall I can poke this specific wall the most amount of times in a minute and poke it once, and that'll be the world record for poking that wall. Because
Yeah.
no one else has poked that wall once.
And if you pay them enough, they will put it in. They will print it.
Yeah.
I want an official certificate from them that says I have a world record for some dumb shit.
People do that all the time.
I know, and I want one so
Have
bad.
you looked through the Guinness World Records?
Uh-huh.
It's so. I'm just like, how does someone
In
just,
elementary
like-
school, I get like the Guinness World Record of 2013. It's like the one from last year, and I'd be like,
There's a world
What?
record for how many hamburgers rolled on an umbrella.
uh-huh.
Who the fuck? Who the
A lot of
entire
it was like,
fuck?
why? Why?
Who was just sitting there? It's like I can roll like 2 hamburgers.
I just
on
saw
an
one
umbrella.
recently for the most amount of bras a guy can unclip with one hand in like a minute. And it's like,
Oh, it's just a whole bunch of people standing with bras on.
Yeah.
And the guy goes. "T-t-t-t." I
he
know
just does it with
exactly.
one hand. And why?
I mean, hey, it's,
Those people have to
Like,
be so
why did-
pissed when their records get beat.
yeah, because if you make up some dumb shit and then there's someone else in the world that's like, I can do that better.
Oh, I'd be angry. If that happens, do they revoke your, like,
No, you don't.
do they come and, like, revoke your certificate? They're
No,
like,
you have the
we're gonna need that back.
You have that certificate, but the new certificate will literally say like 2023. Yours will say 2016.
Okay,
So
I
you
was
still
like-
for it's like a trophy. It's
I
still
kind of like the idea of, like, suited guys being
So-
like, we need a certificate back, someone beat you.
20 years
you're like,
later, you're
"What
like
the
old.
fuck?"
20 years old. You're like 20 years later, sitting in your bed watching something, and you just, sir, we're gonna need to like SWAT teams roll into the room, steal it off the wall.
Get the certificate. Get the certificate.
You're on the bed. No,
No!
And that's how it goes, actually. Yeah, you know, you're
This
right.
can't be possible.
How'd someone else eat that many eggs?
I trained for 4 months.
No.
What is this episode?
Do they train or they just like discover? They're like, I think I could do this
I think it
many.
counts on the person.
Honestly,
I'm sure there's people that have just been like, never practiced once and like, yeah, I can blow this many bubbles, and just
And
do
they're
it
like,
then and there.
I did it. And
Yeah.
there's like, people who are like, I trained for 12 years to eat 39 hamburgers in 4 seconds. And you're like,
Someone be-
why?
Again,
For what reason?
they're a different rabbit hole. Do you know how much of this episode I'm gonna have to cut?
I was just let's get back on track.
So
He goes to jail. They get out. Christmas happens. They go.
his friends Rat and Mole are having a little Christmas celebration.
Yeah.
I don't know. Mole prays that he gets time off for good behavior.
Yeah. The Mole and what's his name?
Rat.
Rat. Wow, is it really Rat?
Yeah.
Sorry, my
What's his
brain.
name?
We haven't
Do
talked
it.
about that much.
That is true. They are
Rat.
actually like caring for their friend. Badger's just like, get your life together. The other two are, it's like, yes, get your life together, but like, we can help. And
Mole's
he's like,
even
no.
more. Mole's like his bestie. Mole
Yeah.
will do anything for him.
Well, Mole is the enabler.
Uh huh.
Mole is the guy who is like, oh, hi.
Trevor's my mole. He's the enabler. Trevor's like, I don't know, bet, do it.
Yeah, that
and
is
I'm like,
weird.
okay.
Okay.
But also opposite. I'll be like, Trevor, eat the spicy thing. You're like, no. And I'm like, do it. You're like, okay.
And then Rat's the one he's the friend who just like doesn't take any shit.
the Xander,
Yeah.
where he's like, why?
What the fuck are you?
What?
Why are you doing?
Why? Stop.
Pretty much after this like entire scene where Badger comes over and is just like, Toad was totally right. They have the place.
Weird that nobody investigated that in the whole trial.
Oh, yeah,
of
no,
Toad.
they
They didn't like. They were
One-
like, yeah, he sold me the car, and they're
One
like,
man said stolen car, and they're just like, I'm guilty. Which it was funny. It was human. Maybe there was a little like.
I was saying, was that
racism
racist?
happening-
Yeah.
Happening here.
Were they just like, it was like a, it didn't matter what the outcome was. They were gonna jail him for some reason.
They just finally found a reason because
They're like, no, you stole coal. Yeah, you did. Sucks for you.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I get bored after this part. This is after.
Really?
Yeah, I do not like the entire scene where it's just like, be sneaky, go grab the thing. I'm gonna sneeze.
It
Okay.
reminds me of when Woody's getting his arm from Al when he's sleeping, which is why I like that scene. And
You
reminds me of
like
Toy
the-
Story 2.
You like the tension of it, and like.
Because it's silly. Like
I don't like the tension.
like there's like a little bit of tension, and then he like falls in him, and he like turns over, and you're like, oh no, and then he sneaks out. Like it's just funny because the same type of thing happens in Toy Story 2.
Right. Trevor, do you find it tense or do you find it boring?
I just find it boring
Okay.
because it's like, I feel like this even into the fight scene, they just find a gag, and then draw it out for way too long. I
Okay.
feel like it would be so much more interesting if they cut it a little short. Like the entire like bit with him slowly going down on the tied up whatever it was to like grab the note, and then like him rolling over and being like teddy bear or whatever that bit was. I just
Yeah.
the entire time I'm just like, I don't care. Like, go down, grab it, mess up, continue.
I mean,
don't-
there's not exactly a lot of story being progressed throughout this entire sequence. It's just like. It's also the movie slowing down, kind of, after going at a breakneck pace.
Yeah.
So I wonder if that has something to do with it.
It is true. There is a lot of like, Toad did this, Toad's doing this, this is what happened, he went to jail, da da da, and then it goes into, we're gonna get it back.
Slow sequence of
We're gonna get it
suspense.
back. We're slowly getting it back. Oh, we didn't get it back. Oh, we're gonna get it back. Oh, we lost it. Oh, we have it. Like, it just kind of like, there's a weird, like, really fast, slow moment, and then it just speeds back up at the end.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe we're finally figuring this out.
Maybe. Again, to be fair, this entire, slow, sneaky scene and then the entire fight scene are both I hate those parts, which I feel like are supposed to be the most exciting parts of the entire thing. Because it's like that tense moment, and then it, like, kind of working out, not working out, and you don't know if they got it or not. I hate that entire scene.
Jake, what do you think of the whole like segment and like the big chase fight?
I love it. I think it's entertaining. There's a lot of funny bits. I like when
What
he
are
runs
your
into
What
the
are your
mirror.
favorite bits? The mirror.
The mirror one, I like that. I like the paper airplanes. That's clever.
That's fun.
I like when he sucks it up in the whatever those things are called, where you do the fire thing.
Oh yes, I know.
Whatever those are called. Where he sucks it up. Bellow.
A bellow. There we go.
Yes.
Wow. Yeah, he
Good pull.
sucks the bellow. Sucks
So
the
do I.
bellow. So-
What?
My fun fact for this sequence is there is a bit that is completely redone for Jungle Book. There's the whole sequence that they're like, he's running like back and forth between them, and like one swipes and then the other like.
Yeah,
tries to grab it.
that happens in Jungle Book with the kid.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mowgli?
Instead of a letter, it's
Mowgli.
Mowgli.
Instead of a letter, it's Mowgli.
Did we grow a bunch of little kids?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, they fly.
I hate the freaking wall spinning bit.
I think it's funny.
It goes on for way too long.
And
It
that's
should've just
why
happened
it's
twice.
funny. It happens, and then you're like, huh, that's funny, and then it happens again, and then it keeps happening, and it's like, you're dumb, and then it's funny because it's dumb.
Then he just like knows and immediately grabs him out of the wall somehow. We were shown the past 5 times that it only spins. Then
That's
all of a
because
sudden
they're
it
like,
kinda cracks open.
wait, and then he's like, got it. It's I think it's clever.
I think it's stupid.
I think it goes on for just the right amount of spins for it to be kind of funny.
See, I told you we'd go back into fighting. I think it's dumb. I don't like it.
And I just disagree with you.
It just goes on longer than it should.
But they get the deed in the end.
Yes,
get the
they
lead
do.
again.
And then
Everything's
they're
okay.
all toasting, and all their glasses break
Because
because
Toad has an airplane.
yeah.
Yeah, they talk about how Toad's a new man, toast to the new year and the new Toad, and then Toad's like, "I got a plane, guys, but let's show you the world." Okay.
So
Ichabod.
Yeah, the scene ends. Toad never changes.
Toad never changes.
It fades to black. Toad will return shows up.
And then
Thanks.
God damn it. And then we hear the voice of Bing Crosby, who
Bill Cosby.
I swear to
Bing-
God.
I say it in the credits every fucking time.
You do say Bill Cosby every time. Yeah.
He was like a big singer at the time. He was a singer and an actor. He did stuff with Bob Hope. I don't know if either of you know who.
Maybe.
Maybe. I don't
Possibly.
know.
I don't know.
I say this for the listeners. I know you guys know none of this shit.
Neither do the listeners.
That's fair.
Hey, you are
I'm just saying
disrespecting.
there are probably like other weird film geeks out there.
Listening to this podcast?
I hope so. I hope I'm not alone.
You are not alone.
You are so
So
alone.
alone.
You are not. Okay. But this, I know you guys disagree. I hate the
Shut
Ichabod
up.
section.
Just stop
It's
talking.
so
Let me
weird.
talk about this
Why
because
is
you're
it-
just gonna disagree.
Wait, why is it weird?
I don't like. I get it, it's the funny, quirky. It's like, whoa, this random guy walks in and he's like weird and lanky. Are those shovels or are they feet? But the entire time I'm like, I don't like what you look like. I know it's rude to judge people on their looks, but I hate the way he looks.
Does that ruin the
he's
whole segment for you?
I think he's specifically made to be like, why do you look like that?
Yeah.
That's the point of him is he's weird and lanky. That's why people are looking at him weird because they're like, what the fuck? They're like, I haven't seen a weird lanky person like you.
It's good because
Um,
it's doing its job. So I don't know why.
I
What
don't
the
like
issue
it.
is?
It is doing. I feel weird when I look at him, and the song's talking about how
They feel weird when they look at him.
yeah. It's doing his job. I just don't. I don't like it because it makes me feel weird. I don't like it because it makes me feel weird. During the entire like, it's him walking through town and the townspeople being like, "This is a weird man walking into our town. What is it? Oh, it's the teacher. It's the new teacher, guys." So the women instantly swooning over this shovel man. The men being like, "Who the fuck are you?" Animals hate him. Every animal cowered in fear.
They know what's up. They know this man is a dick.
Dude, they know this man gets pussy, and that's what they're scared of.
They're like intimidated by him.
Yeah,
Because he's just getting. His dick is just constantly wet.
Yeah, how does his dick look if he's long and
Oh my God!
Is it long
This
and
is
skinny?
actually a great question.
Is it like a pencil?
I was just saying,
Yeah.
yeah. No, he is pencil dick.
all length.
All
no
length, no
girth.
girth.
All length, no.
It's like this round, this long.
Yeah, no, he's packing like 12 inches, but that's 12 inches in pencil.
It's like a Slim Jim.
Oh, that was really funny. Oh my god.
I'm so sore from laughing from this fucking episode.
How did you come up with that so quickly?
I thought of a long thin
No
meat
fucking-
stick and thought of a Slim Jim.
No fucking hesitation. Not a single bit. You did not have to think. You knew you had that locked chamber.
While you were talking, I thought of it so it was
Oh my
ready for
God,
when you were
that
done.
was the delivery too. Sorry, that was a really funny.
I'm funny tonight, guys.
You're doing.
I don't know
great.
why.
You are on
No,
point.
I absolutely know why.
It's like, I absolutely know why too.
It's not just I can't say it because I'm not of age.
Wow, your eyes are a little red, bud.
Well, it might be for me crying because I'm laughing so hard it hurts.
No,
Like,
okay.
I'm hurting.
This man can eat so much though for being able
God.
He's got the Xander.
the Xander metabolism. Really, like it's just like
You just eat a whole turkey and you're still hungry.
Bro,
Yeah.
just like slice of cake. What next?
Anyways,
He needs this to survive.
during the entire opening segment, he eats an entire pie. And
Which comes out of the book. I don't know. It's a funny gag, and I like it.
he stole it.
Oh yeah, have you guys? What other interpretations of these stories have you guys seen, if any,
Of Ichabod?
of Ichabod or
None
One
of
of the
Ic-
Willows?
Hold on.
Hold on.
I feel like I know the Headless Horseman from something else. I don't know. Think about that.
Scooby-Doo comes to my mind when I think of
That
Headless
might be
Horseman.
I
But-
know Wind of the Willows. The only time I've ever seen it is when Showstoppers did it. That's the only other time I know of Wind of the Willows.
Well, no, I think the type of story Xander's saying.
The type of story,
No,
or
no.
Oh.
I mean
no, like
specifically
a
Wind of the
rendition
Willows.
of that of Wind of the Willows
Oh,
or the
I don't
Headless
know.
Horseman.
I know the Wind of the Willows is Wind of the Willows, and the Headless Horseman thing is the Headless Horseman.
Trevor, we watched Tim Burton's Sleepy Hollow together.
Holy fuck! Wow.
I think I've seen Sleepy Hollow.
Sleepy Hollow is so fucking good.
I believe I've seen Sleepy Hollow.
It's better than this movie, and I love this movie, but Sleepy Hollow is the
I thought I
fucking
was gonna
best.
dislike Sleepy Hollow the first time I watched it. Did not.
It's really fun.
It's really good.
Christopher Walken is the Headless Horseman, and he has one line, and it's...
And it's really funny. But yeah, we see.
Hold on, I just thought of something that Xander, you're gonna enjoy. In Everything All at Once, the raccoon is played by Randy Newman.
Really?
I found that out yesterday.
I haven't seen that.
You know the raccoon that like takes control of the head and then they seem like the parody of You've Got a
Yeah.
Friend in Me? That's Randy Newman. And all the lines that the raccoon has is Randy Newman.
That's incredible. That's so good.
It's wild. Anywho, I don't know why I thought of that, but I did.
That's interesting. I've never seen that movie, but
Yeah, I mean, Ichabod goes to, like, a bunch of dinners in town. I think that's what his schedule is. It's just all of the different social events he attends specifically to get food.
what is the one thing I read?
It was like the women's luncheon or something.
No, it was the woman's tats and snacks. Woman's
Tatter
tats
and chatter.
Was it that? No, it says women tatting.
Tatting and chatting.
Tatting and chatting. And I was like, what's a tatting?
Tatter, tatting.
Tatter tatting?
I was just going
Their
through the things we
Twitter
were
rating.
saying.
Tatting is a
Twitter tagging.
technique for handcrafting a particularly durable lace from a series of knots and loops.
No, it's tattooing. You're tatting.
That's what I thought of. I was like, tatting and chatting is like you're getting a new
Like
ink.
you're getting inked up.
But that's just because
chatting
it's-
with the girlies.
When you say tatting in nowadays, that usually means a tattoo.
Right.
I guess I didn't know that it had an entire different meaning, which is very specific. Like, let's go tat and chat. Like, it's very specific.
It's crazy that this is how people used to entertain themselves.
The internet's a great thing, man.
I mean, people still do, I guess. Like, people still do, like, crochet and shit.
Yeah.
Just to...
Which, if that's fun for you, go ahead. Like, if
No,
you're
for
having
sure.
fun. I like browsing deep into internet holes that make me think about my life choices.
Some people like the repetitive motion. I cannot stand the repetitive motion. It is...
Yeah, I like the ones that it's more of like knitting and stuff because you can like make things, not just like the making a pattern. Because like
Apparently, the Headless Horseman is in Shrek 2 and Shrek the Third.
yes,
So, I know him from
Maybe
that.
that's where
Scooby Doo and the Goblin King.
Scooby Doo is. And when you
Scooby-Doo
say
meets the
headless
Boo
kid,
Brothers.
when you say headless horseman, the first thing that comes to my head is Scooby Doo. Nothing else. Not the story of
What
Headless
is
Horseman.
this? That you... What's this
Just-
Scooby-Doo movie? Which one?
There's Scooby Doo meets the Boo Brothers and Scooby Doo and the Goblin King.
That's the one.
the Goblin
Scooby-Doo
King.
and the Goblin King.
There's also Lego Scooby Doo Haunted Hollywood, which apparently he's in. Smurfs: The Legend of Smurfy Hollow. Shrek Thriller Night. I've seen that. Daffy Duck's Quackbusters.
Eventually, we're introduced to Katrina Van Tassel, who is
Cinderella.
Cinderella.
She just looks like Cinderella. She is. She has to be them test writing the design for their
guess-
next movie.
Gaston and LeFou and the Beast and Belle were already in.
Yeah.
Yeah, the dynamic of Gaston, Beast, Belle was there. The character outlines for Gaston was there. Same with Cinderella.
Cinderella was
like
there, yeah.
It could just be
Except this
fancy.
Cinderella is a bitch.
Yeah, she's just like, I wanna.
She's a whore.
She cock teases every single man. That's her goal. That is
And
her
I love
job.
her for it. She's getting shit out of these men who are just falling for her.
Honestly, yeah.
I'm like, slay.
Slay.
She's doing great.
A hustle's a hustle.
It's a hustle.
I just
sweetheart.
think it is
She doesn't do
interesting
any of
that
it.
this is a Disney movie where the three, like, you have your main character and your romantic interest and your antagonist, and they're all kind of equal levels of dick.
It is.
Yeah,
If
they're all
anything,
kind
the
of just
antagonist-
assholes.
If anything, Brom Bones, like, seems like okay.
The genuine guy. Like, he's an asshole
Like,
about the
he
things
hangs out
does.
with his friends. This new guy comes to town. He's
Well,
like,
because
you're
even-
kind of weird.
Even Ichabod, like, he's only wanting to date her for the money and food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she's just wanting to date him because it makes the other guys jealous. And
Yeah.
again, as soon as she gets the other guys, she wants to date him, so everyone
So
else
it makes
is jealous.
Yeah, she's just playing a game of jealousy. Well,
Ichabod just wants money and food.
and Braun's like, pretty woman.
Yeah, he's actually like in love with
Pretty
this woman. So they're all assholes. The one that's this movie makes seems like the most asshole is the least asshole in my opinion.
Yeah.
Um,
Which, honestly, good for them. That's something I really like about this segment.
it's
Which is
interesting.
why it's good. Trevor.
It's interesting. I'll give you that.
See, you agree, but then you're like, yeah, but it sucks.
This is
Which
what
doesn't
you-
make sense.
You did this in Bambi.
Because you would no, because I was rejecting everything. You're like,
the entire movie, the entire the beginning parts of it, you were like agreeing with it. It's like, oh, this looked really pretty. This looked pretty, and then at the end, you're just like, yeah, 2 out of 5.
well,
And
I
it's
was
like-
saying that it looked good, but anything with the
That's
story,
what
I
I'm
was.
about this one.
You were just agreeing with the characters that were good, and you're like, nah, yeah, but it sucks, which I don't
It
get.
does.
How you can agree with like the foundation of it, and then be like, no, but it still sucks. I agree with you, but no.
I wish I could have more reasoning for you guys, but that's just how I feel. It's
Yes, you're wrong.
It's like there's funny bits. It's funny how they did. It's clever how they did this. I don't enjoy it. I don't. It is.
So-
It is contradicting myself.
Dumbfounded.
So there's a Halloween party going on. Or is it a Halloween party?
You know, I don't know.
Or is
they
it
just
just a party?
have Dracula, like they just.
I think it's a party just around Halloween.
Okay, that
Like I
makes
think it's a
sense.
party around fall, and then he's just talking again. The only reason he starts talking about like spooky things is because of
It's spooky outside.
it's
fall season.
spooky outside, and he knows it's gonna get to Ichabod.
Yeah.
Like he even just says like usually on Halloween nights is like one of the first lines
Right.
in the song. I don't know what the actual words are, but he says something about like on Halloween nights. It's not Halloween night, just on Halloween nights. But yeah, this is my favorite part in this entire segment.
Really?
Is the Halloween part.
The
song.
The dance beforehand. It's the song.
The song.
I like
Af-
the dance. The dance is so.
The dance is funny. It's a funny bit.
entertaining.
This is another bit where it just goes on too long, in my opinion.
Okay.
And I know you think it's the perfect length. It is really fun. No.
I think it's good.
But the song is genuinely fantastic.
I like the
Yeah.
I like the Halloween song. It's the entire like ghoul thing and getting on like everyone and doesn't know it, I think, but is like getting to Ichabod. Like I like that scene, the actual build up in that scene. And throughout this entire like Ichabod thing, I think it's well paced from the beginning till after this part. This is when I get into I hate the entire forest scene where like everything is creeping him out. Crows are just crowing, but it sounds like beware and like he's here.
I feel like we've seen that kind of scene before too. I
It
don't
happened in
remember.
Snow White. It was just more fast paced.
Yeah, Snow White is
Um,
one. Bongo is one.
Bongo.
Where he's like trying to sleep and the forest is just making all these noises.
Yeah. Just I've seen it before. Disney's shown it before.
It's
And
not
it's-
specifically in other Disney movies that it makes it a
It's
little.
and it's just the pacing. Like they try to go for more intense pacing, but I feel like it just goes from like climbing up a hill to down, and it slowly makes its way back up, and then just back down again. That's how they like. The entire beginning part of Ichabod is interesting. Like it starts off at a low, but goes more intense and stuff. Drops off when he's in the forest. Doesn't really go up any higher than that, and then just drops down after he's dead or not. That's how the scale goes for me.
Jake, what do you think of everything just before the Headless Horseman?
I like the Headless Horseman part 2. I love the beginning of this. There's so many funny gags between Ichabod and Gaston, man.
Yeah.
I'm never gonna learn his real name. I'm never gonna remember it.
Brom Bones.
Brom.
What a name.
It's so weird.
Brom.
Brom and Wolfgang would make the best of friends.
Mm-hmm.
But then the Headless Horseman.
And I like it. I like all the things of like the cattails on the log.
Yeah.
And
I think it's genuine. I think it's genuinely.
I love the
tense.
bit where they're like laughing the Headless Horseman laughs and they're like, haha, what? I think that's funny. And I enjoy it a lot.
I think it's predictable, but
Well, you're predictable.
thanks.
That's not true. I
Yeah.
never know what you're gonna say.
Fish. Think it was gonna say that?
Shut up,
No,
penis
we
breath.
called that.
Penis breath? Probably.
You're right, you are gay. That's not quite the insult. I saw some old TV show thing oh, it was E.T.
Yeah.
I was watching a breakdown of E.T., like the deep dive. It's the New Rockstars, like, sub-channel. And then I was watching the E.T. one yesterday, and he said penis breath. And
You know, I'm
was
just
funny.
lucky that I know what you're talking about because you like get the full
That's
confidence.
why I keep. That's because I know you know what I'm talking about.
But
Yeah,
it was just
that's
like
why I keep going.
it was just really funny. It was just full confidence. You know what I'm talking about because I just recently found that channel.
I have not thought about them in so long.
New Rockstars?
Yeah.
I'm only on Eric's stuff though. I don't like anybody else there besides Eric.
What was the one guy's? Is there a guy named like Greg or something?
I don't know. Philip used to own it, but doesn't anymore. Eric does a lot of the Marvel stuff and Star Wars.
It's crazy that that's still like a little cottage industry of just like we're just gonna exclusively talk about like Marvel and Star Wars, and that's what our.
No, they do. They
brand
do all like almost every movie that's coming out.
Really?
Mm-hmm. There's Deep Dive where Eric's going into everything himself. There's New Rockstars, which is just Easter egg shit and shit you missed, and then there's one for all the after show shit, like Marvel's Inside and Star Wars after show and stuff. Anywho, movie.
Headless Horseman.
I like it. Entertaining.
It's a great chase.
Slow
I
and
think,
stupidly
Yeah,
paced.
shut up.
I think it is well paced, and I think it is
I also think it's
genuinely
well-paced.
like intense. Like, it is funny, but it is funny. It's like comedy horror, which you so rarely see good comedy horror. Trevor, you're looking at me with such disdain.
I'm fuming, but I don't want to go into that. That's a different.
No, you could get into it. What's some good comedy horror? You would know better than me.
Again, most people think it's stupid, but I like the I don't if you've ever seen like the Paranormal Activity spiff called Haunted House. That movie's
those things.
so fucking funny. I love shit that makes fun of horror because yes, horror is stupid and outrageous, and that's one of the main reasons I love horror. Like I like that there can just be this man that wears a ghost mask and just kills people. Why? Because who the fuck cares? He does it. It's funny. But like comedy horror, it's hard. It is hard to get good comedy horror.
Stuff that
it
is
has to-
genuinely funny and scary at the same time.
It has to be. That's the good mix because it's not funny when just this random jock guy comes up and goes like, "Huh, pussy." It's funny just because this random jock guy is carrying pussy. It's not funny for story reasons or like actually directed well. It's just
Right.
Here's a joke we made up. We need to put it in somewhere. You, guy two, go do it. I hate movies like that. My brain stopped.
You're somewhat.
I was just
coherent
watching
right
you
now.
like
I was.
trail off.
Yeah, I know.
I was, like,
my
I was
brain
following it.
It is 12:38. My brain is off right now. So words are just gonna keep flowing out of my mouth.
No,
until-
it's great. I don't know. Evil Dead. That's good comedy horror. That's like the only one I really
Yeah,
like.
but that's mid for me.
Really?
I think I agree. I'm not.
I thought you said
That's so sad.
I think I've seen Evil Dead. I am like 90% sure I've seen Evil Dead.
I thought you said that you didn't last time. But it's okay. It's probably something you've either seen. Evil Dead, you've definitely seen clips of. I can tell you that now. I don't think you've seen
Specifically
that.
like Evil Dead 2, though. Evil Dead 2 and Army of Darkness. Those are the funny ones. The first Evil Dead is genuinely horrifying.
Spell.
Oh yeah. The second one is more funny and
Yeah.
like I think well written and stuff.
Yeah.
The first one is a really good horror movie. I enjoy.
Are you an Army of Darkness fan?
I like the Evil Dead's. They're good. Like, they're not my go-to horror movies.
I think I've seen Evil Dead at least once. I'm
Okay.
like almost positive.
The first one or like a specific.
Just the first one. I don't think I've seen any of the others. I've only seen the first one at least one time.
We should watch Evil. We should watch Evil Dead because
There's
we
no
need to
there's
watch
no-
Evil Dead now.
That's an excuse. We should watch all of the Evil Deads though,
the
because they're
Evil
all
Dead.
worth watching.
I think you would enjoy them. Again, they're very well paced. I think. They're just mid for me.
They have-
keeps touching my foot.
Sorry. Anyways,
I don't know.
I think it's good. I think he dies because that was a pumpkin on fire, and I think he hit him.
And like the screen catches on fire when the pumpkin hits. So,
I'm
like,
not
that's
saying he
implying
was
something.
hit. I think he was still alive.
You could survive the, because I mean, I don't know. It's one pumpkin. It might knock you off balance, but
like again, I think it's interesting to have the entire ending of he's dead, but most people think he's like. I like that ending because it's like leave it up for what's it called? Leave it up for
Interpretation.
Interpretation. There we go. Thanks, Jake. I like endings like that because it lets the reader or viewer be like, oh, this is what happened. But no, I think he's alive and well, and has 13 little weird children with his freaking Slim Jim dick.
his poor wife, his poor widow. She's just like grieving. She's jumping on the first dick she finds, and it's a fucking 12-inch pencil.
12-inch pretzel.
Pencil.
Just like it is the. Are you in yet? I've been in for like 12 minutes.
12 minutes?
I don't know.
That was so random.
I was thinking of 12 inches, so 12 minutes came out.
So specific. I don't know. It's been 12 minutes.
Dude, I've been in there for like 11 minutes and 45 seconds. And 2 milliseconds. Like, I don't know what you're talking about.
It's literally my Apple Watch.
My Apple Watch tells me my heart rate up right now. I'm sweating back here.
I've been putting a lot of work back here.
No, it's the ending of this one. Yeah.
Okay, so as an end, I think we should rate each of these sections separately.
No, because we didn't do that with the other ones that had segments in it.
We did it once
because
with
the segments
Fantasia.
were like 2 minutes long. This is like two.
There
same
were also
length shorts.
10 segments in each of them.
That was true.
Yeah.
They were short.
Actually, that's a lie. In Fantastic, we did a rating of each section.
In Fantasia, you mean?
Fantasia,
I was like,
Fantastic.
Fantastic?
In
We rated the
each
Fantastic
section.
show?
So
I would gladly do that. I would gladly do an
yeah,
episode
10
on
out of 10.
Fantastic.
So that's
Oh,
my-
you know, Fantastic's 10 out of 10. What is it now? Not Fantastic. What
It doesn't exist now, right now.
I know. What is it now, though? Like, isn't there something that's happening?
No.
Instead of it?
I don't think so. The show there isn't. It's
I'm-
just Tom Sawyer's Island.
So glad I saw the show one more time.
Before she caught on fire.
Yeah. Because holy shit.
That
R.I.P.
video's insane.
It's
Watch that video.
wild.
It's just so funny how fast
It's-
it goes. I can imagine being there. I would have screamed. I would have genuinely like screamed. Even though
I probably would have cried. Honestly,
I
What a
would
way
that's
to
like-
end the night.
I would have
Like,
gone
as
home
a-
that night. Like,
imagine explaining that to your children.
yeah, all the kids there. Like,
Yeah,
oh,
like,
if I was
that's-
like 8, I would have.
Because like if
I
I
peed myself, if I was 8 and I just
if
saw
I
the
had a
dragon.
child, I would be like sitting in front row saying like, look at this, look how cool this is, and then all of a sudden that happening, I don't know what I would do. They defeated the
As
dragon.
the adult or the kid, I don't know what I do. Anywho, I think we should rate each of these separately.
We can rate the film as a whole and then rate both on their own.
Fair enough.
I'll respect that decision.
So, on the whole, what would you give this? How
What's
many
our-
pumpkins
okay.
out of 5?
How many pumpkins out of 5? As a whole, I'm gonna give it 4.
4
As
pumpkins.
a whole.
Right. Trevor?
As a whole, 2.
I also give it 4. I was leaning 3.5.
I was leaning 4.5.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
The thing is,
I was leaning 2.
Shut up.
the thing is, the Mr. Toad segment was a little worse for me on this viewing, but the Sleepy Hollow segment was even better for me on this viewing. So it balances out, and it's
For
still a
me, the Toad was the same, but the Sleepy Hollow was even better.
4. Right. It's the
Like-
gift that keeps on giving.
Every time I watch it, it's just, I forget how funny it is to me. All the gags, I just get such a kick out of it.
That is a segment I could
And
just
it's-
watch on its own.
Yes.
Like,
And
I
so-
do not need the rest of the movie to watch Sleepy Hollow.
You give it a 2, we did that.
Yeah.
Individually, how many
So how many
war crimes out of 5 are you giving for Toad?
War
How many
crimes out of
how
5.
many life sentences for Toad
I don't know.
out of 5?
1.5.
1.5 life sentences out of 5.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give Toad. Oof. Based on what I've said for other things like Pinocchio, which I think I was more invested in than Toad, I'm gonna give it a 3.5 out of 5 life sentences.
3.5. I give it 3.
Fair enough.
Again, it really suffered for me on this viewing. I don't know what it was. Sleepy Hollow, though.
Sleepy Hollow.
I give it a 5.
I'm giving this 5 out of 5 Slim Jims. 5 out of 5 Slim Jims.
I give it a 1.
I'm gonna flip
I
this
like
fucking
Toad.
table.
I like Toad more than Ichabod.
So that's what you rate them individually, and yet as a whole you rate the movie 2?
Yeah.
I rate one's 1, one's 1.5. It's
I didn't even mean for mine to be average. Like,
yeah, no, mine's just like I don't know. I just every time I've watched this movie, it's just kind of I'm here, I'm queer. Like I don't know. I'm just watching.
get used to it.
Get used to it. I don't know.
I feel like if I just want to have a good dumb laugh while I'm under the influence of something, I could just put on the Sleepy Hollow section and laugh.
I'm just again.
I could just laugh.
I'm just trying to deep dive into my own brain because I could look at stupid things all day and laugh at it, but for some reason with this one, anytime there's a stupid thing that's meant to be a joke, I just get weirded out and cringed out by it. I think it's uncomfortable to watch.
That is so funky.
So bizarre.
I don't know what Mr. Ichabod or Toad did to me as a kid. Don't know what they did, but just every time I watch it, I'm just like, I don't care.
Show me on this shovel man where the toad touched you.
Where the Toad touched you.
Yeah.
Alright, do we want to talk about the ride at all?
We should absolutely
okay.
talk about the ride.
I wasn't sure. My last time to the park, it was my last ride of my entire visit.
Mhm.
I had to California Adventure till park closed, and I went over to Disney. I tried to plan something out. Lines were lied on the app, and it did not work out what I wanted to do. I went from Nemo, had to pick up my lightsaber by like 11. So I ran from Nemo to Galaxy's Edge,
Jesus.
Droid Depot in about 4 minutes.
Oh my god.
I'm telling you, I ran across the park because I wanted to get another ride. Got my lightsabers. I think I had a couple. Ran to Fantasyland to get on a ride, and I was the last one in. Like, they were closing the door, and I ran in for Mr. Toad. They put that ride at like 1.5 speed. They were mad. And that was my last ride. It was wild.
It was a wild ride.
It was, because it was fast. I was like, done.
Were they genuinely like
I think-
trying to get you out?
I think so. I was the last person to get in before she closed the gates. I ran up to like Peter Pan, already closed. This one already closed. Looked over, she was closing, just went. I was like, thank God. Gone with my 2 lightsabers and 4 Disney bags, and was like, okay.
That's so funny.
For like the bar check, she just like looked and passed it on, and I was like, yeah.
You could have died that day.
If something could have on that ride happened, I
ima-
probably would have died.
Dude, imagine if you fell out of the car in hell. You'd have boiled.
I would have.
You would have fucking boiled. That ride, I don't remember when we were talking about this, but I remember talking about Mr. Toad's Wild Ride in a previous episode, and I hate when it's a hot day and you just want to go on the ride And then you go on
Hell
it,
is
and then you
hot.
go to hell, and you're like, no, I came in here to escape this. And it's supposed to, like, I get the, like, immersion, but at the same time, stop, it's so hot.
Literally, the most interesting thing about Mr. Toad's Wild Ride is that you go to hell at the end.
I think the entire ride is fun.
It's a fun ride,
I like the
but
ride
it's
vehicles.
really
It's-
weird that you go to hell.
Yeah, it
is,
and the
it's
movie
funny.
has nothing to do with, like, hell.
That's why
doesn't-
when I watched this the first time, I was like,
Where's hell?
what's happening?
it?
Like, this isn't the movie I know. This isn't the Mr. Toad I know. Not my Mr. Toad.
Not my Mr. Toad.
He's just as much of a war criminal as you would expect from the ride.
Yeah.
I'm sad that I know that's going to be one of the rides when they start updating Disney that's just going to leave. Because
We're going to see all of the classic rides go in our lifetime, probably.
yeah, it's
Probably not Snow White, though. I mean, it's their first movie.
I think that
So
I think
I think-
everything goes.
I
think
know
everything goes.
I
goes.
I think there is going to be a time where Disney just like everything is going to be rebranded and changed. Not branded, but like
Honestly, in more years than I think we were thinking, it'll happen where it's all random shit that we're like, what is this?
These
I
people-
don't know any of these
Well, like,
The
those-
people
IPs.
who run these companies are there to make profit purely, and that's going
Yeah,
to
like-
keep being a problem.
So, like,
I want you to
30
go to,
years
I
from
want
now,
you to go to a
probably.
child and ask, who's Mr. Toad?
Right.
Because I can bet you when the people that go on Mr. Toad, usually if it's their kids, if they're like little, that their parents are like, let's go on this ride. Like I think Snow White is going to stay there for a little bit. I think Pinocchio is going to stay there for a little bit. I think Peter Pan's going to stay there for a little bit because those are ones that like Little Mermaid. I think that's like to
I don't
this
know if they
day.
close Toad. Toad sometimes has a really long ass line, like
That's true.
longer than it should.
Like, as long as it has the weights that...
Yeah.
Like, if anything, I think Pinocchio, that I don't think rarely has a long line. I think that could go. The Dumbo can go. Those never have that long of a line.
Dumbo?
The flying elephants.
I disagree.
I don't think Dumbo's going to rebrand. I don't think, and if they did, I don't know what.
A, it's iconic. B, people want to take their kids.
Yeah,
on
like no,
Dumbo.
like teacups. I don't think are ever. That's
Teacups are never leaving.
Teacups are the one ride where I don't think that's.
I
ever
think they
going to
could
change.
rebrand Alice.
Yeah, I think the
I
only
think
thing that
Teacups
would-
could stay. They could rebrand Alice.
It would be so sad if they rebranded Alice.
It
'cause
would be
that's
very
literally
sad.
the best dark ride they have.
I love Alice. That one's fun.
I don't want to say it, but I think they could rebrand Winnie the Pooh sooner than we think.
Yeah.
And that, like,
Is
That,
Winnie
like,
the Pooh an entity
breaks me.
like anymore? Do people care about Winnie the Pooh?
There's
I mean,
there's
it's-
horror movies made about it.
it's
right
out
now.
of Disney's copyright.
I
now.
mean, yeah.
So
What's the
Mickey expires soon.
Winnie the Pooh
Steamboat Willie specifically.
bloody
inspired.
horror?
The newest Mickey Mouse short is basically a commentary on that.
Really?
It's like a bunch of Steamboat Willies that Mickey is trying to like recapture, and they're all doing like weird things, and it's like it feels like a bit of a commentary on like there's going to be a bunch of Steamboat Willies doing weird things coming pretty soon.
Yeah, they're supposed to be making another Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey.
a sequel? Because didn't one already come out?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
in February the one came out. They're making another one.
I heard
Um,
that movie was awful.
Oh, it's.
I want to see it. Like, I
it's-
want to see Cocaine Bear.
It's
like, I just want to
It is
experience
just
that.
a really weird, creepy Winnie the Pooh killing people. That's all it is.
It sounds like a
I haven't
boring idea.
I haven't seen it.
It
I've seen
sounds
the
boring, but
trailer.
I want to see it.
But they're making another one. Because even though how bad, like, what is it? On IMDb, out of 10, it has a 2.9, and out of Rotten Tomatoes, it's a 3%.
Wowza.
Yeah, no, it's
Wow.
I haven't seen it, so I can't say it, but people hate it. It has an average, of 2.9 stars out of 10. So it's a solid 3-star. out
Which
of
is
10.
higher than you just gave this movie.
Yeah, you know what? We're doing a scale out of 5.
That's also out of 5.
This is out of
No,
10.
Oh, is that a 10?
Yeah.
Do we have
I thought it was
anything else
hard.
we want to say about this movie or the
Does
ride?
Ichabod have anything?
Ichabod has a restaurant in Disney World called Sleepy Hollow that sells really good funnel cakes.
Teacher, in California Adventure, the statue in the middle becomes the Headless Horseman.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
What?
Statue in Buena Vista.
Oh,
because
you're
it's
totally
on
right.
Halloween,
No,
which we'll see when we go
we
to the
will
park.
see it.
That's
If we
I'm
get
so
no, but it's late
excited.
in the morning too because it's always there.
Yeah.
But no, we'll
They
see
don't
that.
just like have an hour where they change everything. Like everyone stand outside.
Over there.
Close your eyes. There's just like two guys running around with a cart of shit. Close your eyes. You like open your eyes and like it's everything, but they're all laid on the floor because they couldn't get it up fast enough. So, which is really funny because it's kind of what happens when they change it. They
It's
have,
overnight.
Like,
They're
it's
just, like-
overnight. But like it's like a team of people and they're just like run through the
Park
parks.
close, go.
No, I've watched people do like
The transformation.
the transformation.
Times up.
It's so cool. There's so many more TikToks coming up about the backstage of Disney. I don't know if you saw any of these. I sent them a lot to
Oh
Rachel.
my God.
But there's people on TikTok that are just like backstage, like
Like
it's people getting
YouTube-
out of the suits. Like, it shows you
YouTube poop
in-
kind of like quality backstage videos that people are taking.
But
They're
it's interesting because it's like in depth, like what this costume is, like what the entire Pluto costume is. It's someone taking off, showing you every layer they're wearing and like all of them.
and
which-
then it'll be like Nick Bottom twerking.
Yeah,
like right after. It's very.
But it's so,
It's so
it goes
funny.
from interesting to funny. But I'm like, half of these people are probably fired by now. When Disney finds this, they're fucked. But at the same time, looking at it, I'm just like, this is so interesting.
The
Well,
one you
I
sent
think
me is already
Disney
taken
knows
down.
that people want to know these things.
Yeah,
by now,
whether or
like-
not it kills the magic, they
There is
wanna know.
there is a lot of like a lot of those videos say like some of them start with a will kill Disney magic, which I appreciate because there's people that don't want that to be ruined.
Right.
They just don't want to know how it works, which I understand and totally get.
Yeah.
I want to see it happen first. I'm like, that's so interesting. How the
But,
fuck
like,
did you do that?
I think before like people really started getting into like lights on exits and in-show exits and stuff, they were more like protective for it. It's like people didn't want to know really. Versus nowadays, people want in-show exits, people want lights on rides,
Yeah.
people want to see
It's
this
just
stuff
in the
now.
same way that you want to see like technical errors in a movie. Or
Yeah,
something
like
that.
live theater, like you want to go backstage and
absolutely.
see how it's done and
It's just
You
so
want to see the Evan faint on stage sometimes.
with the Disney ones, it was so interesting because like it's so weird how simple it is.
right.
Like how like a wall looks so in world, but then as you see the back of it and it's just like some plastic.
Mhm.
I'm like, that's so fucking weird to me. Like how empty the back of like the one of the things was, like Tinkerbell's teapot or something.
Oh my God, yeah, that
And
was
it's just
empty.
empty. Nothing's inside
It's
of
just
it.
a
There
shell.
is a like the lights you see on the inside is just like a weird box light that is pressed against a window, and I'm like, that's so fucking weird. I'm like, it's so weird how that can turn into like the outside of it. Like you could look into that house and it looks like someone's living in there right now. It's just a fucking box with light that kind of flickers a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's so weird.
The fact that it's so simple and yet the illusion is good enough that you know how it works and it still works on you.
It's so
And,
weird.
yeah, it's still
I can
works.
go to Disney. I know it's all just fucking these. They built it. Man's went into a room, sketched. This is what it looks like. Then they made it. I know that's all that. But when I'm in the Disney parks, I feel so cool. Like I know that's a weird thing to say. Like wow.
It's a level
but
of immersion that like you don't get anywhere else besides Universal. Really,
Absolutely.
like Disney and Universal are the only two theme parks. I
Disney
can think
World
of.
blew me the fuck away. I just want to say that. There were sometimes I walked into when we walked
Oh
into
my
fucking
fucking-
Pandora.
I know.
No, it's crazy. We went from like Africa to Pandora, and it's like two complete. And there's Dinosaur USA. Is that still there? Or did it-
Amazingly enough, it's still there.
Disney.
I was like, I don't know. 'cause I
Going
thought
through
they
all
were
the
getting rid
countries
of
too
the-
is also a trip of an experience.
Yeah.
Because
'cause
like
it's
the same pond in the fucking middle,
but it's different.
but like every time you see that same body of water in a different place, it looks like what they do with the plants and shit, like theory,
like Tower of Terror behind.
Morocco?
I think it's Morocco.
Tower of the Terror fucking screwed me up because I was used to Guardians of the Galaxy.
And then it moved.
Yeah, we went up and I was like, oh, we're gonna keep going up, and then it went, and I was like, why are we moving forward?
I already knew about it before I went, so luckily that didn't
I
scare
knew,
me.
No, again, for my entire life before that trip, I didn't know a single thing about Disney World. I haven't. didn't look up shit.
There was a lot of things I didn't know about Disney World that did surprise me, where I was like, what the fuck?
It was so much walking, though, let me tell you. I was like, I hurt.
Yeah. That's the only
Disney
problem
World is
with it.
so hard.
No, like, Disney World is so fun to go to. If you've never been, please go.
Because like if you're
It's so
trying to
worth
do a
it.
good Disney World trip for like your first time, it's a week and a half.
You need to go for
Like,
a while.
Especially if you do that and Universal, you got 5 days at Disney
We
to
did
a
it.
Universal.
And that was honestly one of my favorite trips I've ever been on in my
Yeah.
entire life. But like the end of it, that was one of the, like, I come up home from vacation and I'm tired. I came home from this one and I thought I was going to fucking die.
Yeah,
Because we
it's-
came home from 80-degree weather to snow.
And a long flight.
Yes, like my flights, the first flight I ever did was an hour long. This wasn't an hour long. I've never felt jet lag in my entire life. I don't
Until then.
like that feeling. I was like, ow, everything hurts, everything's bright.
Time isn't a thing.
Time
There is
doesn't
no time.
exist. But no, Disney World, for how much I'm hating on it, please go.
No,
Like,
it's phenomenal, but oh my god, one, it's expensive. And
Yeah.
we can all shit on Disney for being too fucking
Oh,
expensive.
I will
like.
love Disney till the day I die. Jesus Christ, do
I'll
they milk
complain.
me?
I'll complain to the rest of my life that it's expensive, but I'm giving them my money. They have my money.
Yeah, I will bitch about the $21 churro I'm buying, but I'm going to eat that $21 churro.
Like,
Like,
I could bring a bottle of water into the park, but no, I'm gonna buy the $5 Dasani bottle.
and then
I'm gonna do it.
and then not refill that one, throw it away, and get
And get another one.
I know there's so many ways to save money in Disney, like stuff like that, but
But
it's
at the
just-
same time, when I go on when I'm trying to vacation, I don't want to be trying to be as skim as I can.
You don't
about,
want to worry about it.
yeah,
Like, I'm not trying to like
I want to get
spend
home and
all my money, but I'm also not trying to be the cheapest I can.
See,
I'm
I
like,
want- I want
here's
the-
my one churro for the trip
Yeah,
and my
you're-
one lemonade.
Yeah, you're gonna enjoy
Like,
yourself.
if I want
Oh my
3
God.
milks one day, I'm gonna get 3 milks.
how badly I want a mint julep right now.
I'm gonna flip this table.
I'm so excited to go for just with the food.
Will Tiana's Palace be open?
Yeah. Why wouldn't it be?
Because it's under
Because the ride
construction
isn't
currently
open.
right now. I mean,
But,
the ride isn't open, and Tiana's Palace, which took over French Quarter, is still under construction.
Oh, is it still under? I thought they finished that.
As of last week, they were still doing stuff. Tables were set in positions, and it looked like they were mopping inside, but kitchen could still be.
It's true. I think when we go in September, it should be fine.
It might be. I'm like, there's a YouTuber I watch who every week does updates on the Adventureland Treehouse and Tiana's Palace, and does stuff on like Thomas Sawyer's boat and a bunch of other stuff. And so I'll keep updated when it opens. Also, Adventureland Treehouse was they took all the scaffolding and stuff down. It's fully
Oh,
exposed now,
Yeah.
and it looks.
Aren't they making it
So good.
into?
It's just Adventureland Treehouse now,
Is it?
Interesting.
and I think it takes stuff from the Swiss Robinson, if I'm not mistaken.
That's interesting that they didn't tie it into an IP because I thought they were going to do an Encanto thing.
I thought they were doing Encanto too.
No, I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's what Walt wanted it to be. Like it's what, because we have Swiss Robinson and Disney World, we had Tarzan here, but this is just like the Adventureland Treehouse. I'm pretty sure.
I never
It
got to
was
go in
announced
either.
that the treehouse will reopen in 2023 as the Adventureland Treehouse inspired by Disney's Swiss Family Robinson.
When are we gonna chicken dinner?
Mhm.
But yeah, so that might be open. We go most likely, and then Tiana's Palace, hopefully, because I want a mint julep.
I want to make julep and beignets.
But
Oh god, I want a fucking beignet.
hopefully they keep the Mickey shapes, because I'll be sad if they just do
They
like
have to.
generic Tiana's beignets and they're just like rectangles.
I'm still gonna eat the shit
No,
out
I'll
of
eat them,
them.
but there'll be a part of me that's like, I miss my
If you
Mickey
miss,
shape.
if you
That's
mess
the
up
most
the
Disney
shape,
adult thing I've said. I'll miss my Disney shape.
Disney shape. I had when Disney World. It was the first time I ever had one of those Mickey ice cream sandwiches.
Really?
Yeah, it was really good.
I mean, it's just an ice cream sandwich.
It's
but
j- it's-
it tastes better because it's
Yeah,
shaped
it's
like
Mickey
Mickey.
The pretzels from the German Pavilion.
The pretzel bread.
Just the pretzels from the German Pavilion in general, all of them.
What did we get? The drink we got. It was like the German. It was like the mixed sodas. It was like orange.
Spezi.
soda. Spezi.
Oh my god, it was
Yeah.
so good.
My boyfriend got a wine, which I thought was really
No,
funny.
Spezi- I love
Because he doesn't
Spezi.
drink, and he was like, "I'm gonna get this wine," and I was like,
And then he didn't drink the wine.
Then I didn't drink the wine for him, which I did because I really love wine. So it was win for me. But it was just really funny. He's like, "I'm gonna get a wine." I was like, "You're gonna get a wine?" I was like, "Okay." I was like, "Wine is a weird experience. You're going for a white wine, a red wine too, which is usually not as sweet." But yeah, The German place was fun. I liked it. The food was weird because they couldn't have a lot of it.
Yeah,
Because-
you have
Lot of onions.
allergies.
Yeah, there's a lot of onions. I still had a lot of stuff.
But no, I
I-
went to that trip not liking soft pretzels and came back obsessed with soft pretzels because of the German pavilion.
The meatballs.
It was
were
Disney,
my
and I was
favorite.
like, I'm gonna try a pretzel, and I was like, holy shit.
I keep.
It was like a sushi thing with me.
One of my favorite moments there was when I was talking. I was going to get more food, and there was these two people there, and they were just talking normally, and they didn't see that I was coming, and then I like grabbed something, and they just like were still talking, but just snapped into German accents, and I was like. I kept doing my stuff, and I was sitting there, and I was like, "Whoa!" Because I keep forgetting that again, the entire point is to be like immersed into each place, and so like I was so thrown off when we were going there to eat, and I was like, "Why is everyone talking in a German accent?"
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh wait, it makes sense for where we are."
The funniest thing to happen to me in Epcot was my parents and like Brendan and Cameron went to Epcot like early in the morning, but me and brother were like, no, we eat beef. This was like day 4 of the trip.
Yeah, you've already been there so many times. you like
Yeah,
that time.
I'm like, I've done a full day at Epcot. We're just going back to Epcot for whatever reason. And me and brother get in there at like 10 o'clock or something. And we're passing like the stands for food, and we hear this family arguing. And this kid goes and grabs a fork, and the mom's like, why are you grabbing a fork? And the kid was like, I'm hungry. The mom was like, what, you're going to eat a fork? And the kid went, I don't know. And it was the funniest thing to hear. Like, the mom was like, what? Are you, like, attitude from my mom. Like, it was just fucking funny.
Remember when we got you a magic band, and then the first ride we went on, it came off?
Yeah, it was
To be
really
fair, it was a
fun.
big ride, but like, sorry, I can't say a lot because of Jake being here. Guardians.
I've seen the entire queue, so I mean, I don't care if I get spoiled the ride. I'm gonna ride it someday, anyways.
One of these days.
And
It's so good.
That ride, I'm so glad we did it twice. I forgot how lucky we were to get that.
We
but, like,
were insanely lucky to get to do it twice.
Oh my
That
because we
was-
got to see the fast pass lane and the normal queue.
Yeah.
And both look so cool. I love how the thing about Disney World is I love the ride queues
When-
so much more than Disneyland.
Yes, they're so much more interesting.
I think I got to do Flight of the Passage 3 times. I did one standby because it was short and we got on. And then there was one where we did a fast pass, got off, and the cast member was like, do you guys want to go again? And we were like,
Is that the
yeah,
one where
and they
you
brought
ride
us
the-
straight to that's the one where you're on the Flight of the Passage.
See, the really good ride. We waited 3 hours for that ride. Not worth a 3 hour wait.
It
Was
got
it
up-
actually 3
It was
hours?
3 hours we sat
It's
down.
gotten up to like 6. Like a 700-minute wait time.
Like
Like-
when we went there, it was like the
No, but
sun was out in the
it's
sky.
fucking
When we
wild.
came out, we
It
were
was
eating
dark.
dinner in the dark.
It wasn't. It is not worth 3 hours. I'm really glad
It is
we
not.
did it. 'Cause
Yes.
Otherwise, I
For-
would have regretted it forever.
For my first time ever going there, I'm so so glad we did that. But if I ever go back,
No standby, unless it's like an hour.
yeah, like
hours max that I would wait for them.
because it was cool. It was really cool. It was not worth 3 hours of a wait.
I would love to go back to Disney World now that with you guys, now that we have like
Done it.
everything.
Yeah.
And we can just like kind of
Chill,
vibe around.
Yeah.
It'd be cool to do a chill Disney World trip, not a let's do everything Disney
Yeah.
World trip.
Yeah. Because it's like we're a Disneyland trip. I'm glad we're just going because it's just going to be like,
It's
it's
a
only
one
one day.
day.
What do we want to do? Like, we haven't been here for a little bit. Let's end the episode.
Guys, thank you so much for listening. You can follow us on Spotify. You can also
We will-
subscribe on YouTube.
Soon.
And
Where is
follow
it?
the Instagram.
And follow the Instagram.
By the
This
time
is
this
the
is
end of
up,
season.
it'll be up.
Season 1.
End of season 1,
guys.
woohoo!
We did it.
We'll
Are
be
we
back.
doing anything? Do we want to do like a bonus episode or anything? Looking back on
Like a
the 40s?
recap, we could just do the ones that we
Look
watched,
forward to
and
that. And if you don't see it,
Next episode
Sorry.
will be a recap.
hopefully.
Maybe.
And if it's not that, it's going to be Cinderella.
And if it's not that, we're dead.
And if it's not that, I fled the country.
Oh no.
Did you?
Hi, guys.
Chode, are you?
Bye.
Have you committed war crimes? Jake, answer me. Jake? Jake, please answer me. Jake?